Hi, Susan for SLC Aquatics. I wanted to do a follow-up video of the poll that I had on my YouTube channel community tab. We got great responses. I think I've had 20 votes thus far on how often do you change the water in the majority of your aquariums. At first, weekly was leading, but now the leader in the poll is as needed. But depending on the purpose, depending on your stock, depending on the size of your aquarium, the age of your aquarium, and what your intent is it to maintain healthy environment or to maybe increase spawning activities, and what changes you would make during that water change?
Well, the fish room is, as you see, still waking up. But I'm going to come over here and give you some examples of how much water change different ones. Like this is the 29 gallon, and it houses a colony of breeding guppies. And when I do a water change, I do a 10 to 20% water change weekly or bi-weekly. I watch the fish. If the fish look distressed or a little bit stressed, I know it's time for a water change. But the reason I only do it bi-weekly is because look at all of the plants. This is heavily planted with live plants, and those live plants help keep a balance in the nitrogen cycle and keeps my nitrates low. Over here is the 10 gallon with the crayfish, and I already have some mulm building up next to the logs, so I know I'm going to have to do another water change, or at least do some suctioning weekly. Okay, the detritus worms do not appear to be too crazy, but they are on the glass. I don't know if you can see them. They're little micro worms, so it's time to do another water change and as much gravel vac as I can. I washed this substrate severely, and for the detritus worms to still be out of control, that means I'm overfeeding. Also, here in the 25 gallon, let me see if you can see it. The 25 gallon houses the gold gourami and the male guppies that have bent spines, and there's one beautiful female in there that I never caught, and so she's giving birth. I've seen maybe 3 fry that made it, so I don't know who's eating them. It could be the gourami, could be the corydoras, or it could be the guppies themselves. But I do not overfeed this aquarium. It has a few live plants in it, but most of the plants that you see are plastic. Floating at the top is a mass of live plants. It's cuttings from my valves, cuttings from my water wisteria, and there might even be some guppy grass up in there, but I have good roots growing. So I'll do weekly water change, no, bi-weekly water changes on this aquarium. And this is my 5 gallon with my betta in it, and this one is due for water change. I just do water top offs here. This is my 10 gallon tank with my half black Moscows, my blue black Moscows. I seem to have lost most of the adults. The fry are growing out, so I will be doing probably a 50% water change in this, because I did add salt and I treated them with medicated flakes for about 10 days. So it's time for a water change, and I might want to even remove the filter media in the back to get rid of any medication that may be in the filter. Here's another 5-gallon betta tank with rosebud in there. It has majority live plants and one plastic plant or silk plant. This is got hornswort, duckweed, and he just attacked a snail. So I hope you caught that on film. Looks like I did. And he's getting his protein today. He's flaring, good. Good and healthy. I added the leaf in there a couple days ago and he's already used it. He likes sitting at the top and resting. So as far as water changes on the 5, I don't do too many water changes. I pretty much do water top-offs, and maybe once a month I'll do a 20% water change on the betta tanks. Over here in the 55, we are in dire need of a large water change. I'll probably do a 40 to 50% water change. The filter seems to keep getting clogged, so I've got to check into that problem and I want to increase the water flow a little bit with a power head pump and see how they react to the water flow. As you see on the screen, the paradise fish and the severum are having some temper bouts. The paradise fish is getting hit by the angel and the severum. He's quite a character. He aggravates everyone in there, even if they're bigger than him. He doesn't bother the large angelfish very much. But that's what I do in this tank. Over here in the 20-gallon colony, this one needs weekly water changes. It doesn't get it, so today and tomorrow I will be doing probably a 40% water change in this aquarium. And I don't do too many substrate vacs because of spawning the corridors. I don't want to suck up any baby corridors. But this colony has always been prolific. It's the half moon mosaic that I got from Carlos, the fish nerd. Beautiful. That female right here, she has the largest caudal fin I've ever seen on a female. It looks so black, velvety, lacy. That's my betta filter in the back, mounted on the side of the glass instead of on the bottom of the glass. And yes, it's releasing large bubbles. Makes noise, but it's okay. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to wake up the American greens that's in the 15-gallon. Ooh, check out the male in the back with his colors. Chasing the fry. Leave the fry alone. He's hungry, so I'm going to drop some food in. This has been set up since Friday. About 5 days. And it's got seeded sponge filter in the back. All of the original plants that came out of the 3-gallon tub. So I will be doing like a 10% water change tomorrow. 10 to 20%. And I will be doing weekly water changes on this tank since it's fairly new setup.
So I'm excited. I appreciate everyone who participated in that poll. Look for more to come in the future, and I love you. Susan for SLC Aquatics.